Sights, sounds, smells, the warmth of love, the sting of heartbreak. Why do we experience any of it? We've mapped the entire observable universe. We've measured every neuron in the brain. We've trained machines to think and speak just like us. And still, we don't understand the most fundamental thing about human existence. Why does it feel like something to be you? Why is there a little person inside your head experiencing your life? This is the mystery of consciousness. According to philosophers, mystics, and even neuroscientists, it's not as straightforward as it appears. Consciousness unfolds in levels, and the deeper you go, the stranger it gets. Today, we're exploring all 7. Level 1 is the most ordinary yet the most mysterious. Deep sleep. Every night you slip past the edge of thought into a void so empty that even the concept of void disappears. The self vanishes, dreams don't exist. There's only silent stillness. One moment you're awake, the next moment you're awake. But for hours in between you are nowhere. Neuroscience calls this the delta wave state. Less than 4 brain cycles per second. The body's most restorative mode. Tissues heal. Memory consolidates. The mind turns off so the body can reboot. But here's the paradox. Something knows that nothing is happening. Otherwise, you'd wake up completely confused every morning. Deep sleep is the ground zero of consciousness. The point where awareness and non-awareness blur. You die a little every night and are reborn each morning. Level 2. Dreaming. Fragments of thought begin to move. Images shimmer. Without opening your eyes, you find yourself somewhere else entirely. In this realm, reality is self-generated. Mountains rise and vanish. Faces from memory blend with strangers you've never seen. You experience entire lifetimes in minutes. From a scientific view, this is REM sleep. The brain floods with emotion, imagination, narrative. The body is still, but the mind is free. Philosophically, dreams are a mirror. In Hindu philosophy, this is swapna, the inner world that reflects and distorts waking reality. Freud saw dreams as windows into the unconscious. Modern neuroscience calls them memory alchemy. But here's the uncanny truth. When you dream, you are both the creator and the inhabitant. Every voice is your own mind speaking back to you. Every face is carved from your memories. The dreamer and the dream are one. Level 3. Waking consciousness. You open your eyes. Colors, sounds, sensations flood in. The orchestra of awareness begins. This is the state we spend most of our lives in. The mind and senses form a partnership, producing what we call reality. But here's what neuroscience now knows. Your brain doesn't record reality. It renders like a simulation running in real time. You never see the world as it is, only as your nervous system allows. Some animals see infrared. Others use echolocation. Some humans have synesthesia and see colors when they hear music. So whose reality is the real one? Philosophers have wrestled with this for centuries. Kant argued the world we perceive is just a mental model. Modern thinkers call perception a user interface, designed for survival, not truth. Waking life isn't the opposite of dreaming. It's simply the most persistent dream, one vivid enough to convince everyone it's real. But for most people, consciousness stops at level 3. We cycle through waking, dreaming, sleep, and assume that's it. There are deeper layers. Level 4. Transcendental consciousness. Beyond the turbulence of thought lies a state that doesn't fit the usual map. It's not unconsciousness, not imagination, not ordinary awareness. It's pure awareness aware of itself. Here the mind is awake but utterly still. Thoughts slow down, then vanish. Attention turns inward, resting on the source of awareness itself. EEG readings of advanced meditators show something remarkable. Both hemispheres of the brain synchronize. The usual chaos replaces with harmony. In this state, you realize something profound. You are never your thoughts. You're the space in which thoughts appear. The observer and the observed begin to merge. Level 5. Cosmic consciousness. Eventually, the stillness stops fading when you open your eyes. It remains even as you move through the world. Now, inner and outer awareness coexist. You can think, speak, act, and somewhere beneath, an unmoving stillness hums untouched by any of it. Life continues, but your relationship with it changes. You're no longer fully in the story. You're watching the story and living it at the same time. Suffering still arises, but so does unshakable calm. You become both participant and spectator, both actor and stage. This is what mystics call the witness, the dawning of enlightenment. Ordinary life experienced from a higher vantage point. Level 6. God consciousness. Now, awareness shifts again. The silent witness begins to feel intimately connected to everything. The tree outside your window no longer seems like an object. It breathes. It glows with quiet divinity. The line between perceiver and perceived softens, replaced by reverence. Neuroscience sees this as highly synchronized gamma activity in the brain. Emotional and sensory centers merge, producing refined perception. But science can't capture the meaning. What actually happens is that consciousness expands from neutrality into devotion, from witnessing the universe to falling in love with it. Love ceases to be an emotion. It becomes a way of seeing. Every sound, every color, every form feels imbued with sacred essence. The world becomes a cathedral, and you a witness in awe of its infinity. Finally, level 7. Unity consciousness. Here, even the witness disappears. The boundary between observer and observed, self and world, subject and object, dissolves completely. It's not that you perceive unity, you are unity. The infinite doesn't feel distant. It's the very substance of your own awareness. There's no longer a self looking out at the world. There's only consciousness flowing through every form like light through glass. Neuroscience speaks of non-dual awareness, a state where self-referential processing nearly disappears. But the experience itself can't be quantified. In Vedanta, this is the realization of Brahman, the one without a second. In Buddhism, it's sunyata, the emptiness that is full. Time dissolves. Past and future collapse into an eternal now. The mind falls silent. What remains is pure existence, radiant and complete. The drop becomes the ocean, and yet remains a drop. So maybe there aren't 7 levels at all. Maybe there's only one appearing as many, dreaming as us. From deep sleep to unity, consciousness doesn't climb toward some final state. It unfolds infinitely like a mirror reflecting itself forever. The mystics called it Leela, the play of God. The universe experiencing its own reflection through every possible form. Every eye that opens, every mind that awakens, every life that begins and ends, all of it consciousness exploring itself. Maybe the ultimate truth isn't that consciousness is hidden somewhere, waiting to be found. Maybe it's that it's been looking through your eyes the whole entire time. Thanks for watching. If this video expanded your mind, hit that like button. It helps more seekers find this content. Subscribe for more deep dives into psychology, philosophy, and consciousness. Drop a comment. Which level of consciousness resonates with you most? I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.